Low-res Wonderland.
Rather than focusing on one single particular trailer, like the one for Star Wars The Last Jedi, which just had its first teaser release this past week, and would be a good, logical choice to cover given its relevancy, massive fan base, and potential to bolster my channel to even greater subscription numbers, I'm gonna do something that probably nets me about 40 views this week. Because fuck it, honestly, I watch some of these YouTube creators, more so the ones operating in film, and they rightfully jump at any opportunity to leech off of fresh news related to big releases in order to garner hits and stay on top of things. I'm not bashing them for it, it's smart. But because of that, there's a billion fucking people talking about Star Wars this week over a trailer that offered close to little excitement or interest for me, especially in comparison to The Force Awakens. No, instead, I am going to talk about trailers that absolutely mislead the viewer into thinking it's one thing, but then pull the rug out from beneath them and is actually another.
Anybody else have their haiku?
Sometimes this can be a good thing, other times it's a real fucking pain in the ass. A good trailer should keep you fascinated throughout and eager to learn new things about the film as each second ticks by. Upon its conclusion, you should know an absolute minimum about the movie as a whole. Maybe you're familiar with the setup or it gives you a taste of the characters, but there is no reason for you to know every major beat of the movie from start to finish. This occurs far too often and is something I covered in my Spider-Man Homecoming trailer rant plug, and it doesn't look to be changing anytime soon. Why? Because now more than ever, studios are in the business of making money as safely as possible. The trailers are excessively informative and the products are predictable. Unfortunately, that's just what the majority of consumers eat up. The big business landscape of filmmaking has lended itself toward creating generic, easily reproducible films and, oddly enough, daring and original television. It's why Disney and the Avengers are box office kings, and yet on TV we're watching True Detective and Breaking Bad, Orange is the New Black. That doesn't really go in with the other two, but you get my point here. So let's talk about how a trailer can be misleading. There are, of course, two ways in which a film's trailer can build a false impression in the viewer's brain of what the product it's promoting is, and that is by providing a false aesthetic or key-guarding many plot elements and twists. The first movie that comes to mind as far as misleading the viewer in both ways is an Academy Award winner. Of course, that movie is David Ayer's Suicide Squad, a classic in its own right that harkened back to the playful nature of Francois Truffaut's The 400 Blows and is set to be re-released by Janus Films in the Criterion Collection sometime after my asshole falls out. Trailer Park, which was the company that edited the first official trailer release for Suicide Squad, successfully turned a poorly written, campy Batman Forever-esque action film into an edgy pop culture talking piece. That Queen set trailer is infinitely more watchable than the dreck that was peddled out to audiences in the summer of 2016. Do you know how much of a douchebag I felt like walking out of the movie theater wearing a Jared Leto Joker shirt? That I was duped into believing that the Joker wouldn't be the hot goth cringe boy we all expected him to be? Fuck. Look, as you can tell, being misleading isn't always a good thing, especially if you don't have something of equal quality to back the trailer up with. If you're one of these companies, you don't want to do a hard bait and switch. There are plenty of people out there that will dish out millions of dollars and not give a shit about the actual intellectual quality of your film, and Michael Bay's Transformers series is an example of that. Nicholas Winding Refn's Drive is a great example of strategic misdirection, and depending on your taste, the end product was far better than the trailer. What was marketed as a Michael Mann-infused, Ryan Gosling-led Fast and the Furious was actually a quiet, stylish thriller that felt more like Thief than Miami Vice. And if you want to go back a little further, the 2002 adaptation of Bret Easton Ellis's The Rules of Attraction was painted to be a sleazy college film in vein of American Pie and about 14 unfunny rom-coms that starred Freddie Prinze Jr. and/or featured Ethan Embry to some varying degree. It's so desperate to come off as sexy and edgy, so desperate in fact that the trailer ends with Ian Somerhalder's character asking, "You're gay, right?" Oh, fuck, this trailer's feisty. Oh, I can't show my parents this one. Whew. Gonna have to change the channel to Nickelodeon when they walk into the room. And you know what? In spite of slapping together parts that, when isolated, come off really douchey, The Rules of Attraction is a pretty good film that has managed to not only hold up but improve over time as an intellectually curious relic of the era. Wow, that sounded pretentious. It serves as an inverse to a film like Suicide Squad. And if you want to find a trailer that tonally misleads the viewer, look no further than the often overlooked Bobcat Goldthwait gem, World's Greatest Dad, starring Robin Williams. I'm not going to say much about it, but wow. If any casual Robin Williams fan saw this trailer when it came out in 2009 and then showed up to the theater expecting Flubber or Father's Day, first of all, you have very troubling taste, and second, got blindsided pretty hard. Hopefully in a good way, though. I thought so. I love the movie, personally. I'm biased. Very into autoerotic asphyxiation, especially when a spy kid is involved. Anyway, there are also plenty of instances where we've been promised scenes in the final cut of the movie that never show up or even see the light of day as DVD extras. Back to Jared Leto's cuckoldy Joker, there's apparently 90 minutes of footage that features him and Harley Quinn and their backstory that was cut. And after seeing some of the deleted scenes that involve Jared Leto's Joker, who is just basically giving a Jim Carrey impression throughout, I don't blame the company for saying, okay, we gotta minimize this guy from the overall product. But there are also others, Josh Trank's Fantastic Four being a recent example. That film helped Trank move on to other big money projects such as the cash-registered Chick-fil-A. When all is said and done, there is no real way to tell what kind of a film you're about to see once your ticket has been purchased and you've entered the theater. Or to phrase it in more nihilistic terms, once your torrent is done downloading.